Two prisoners moved the stove and connected a pipe to the chimney, so the Germans wouldn't notice it had been shifted. Then one of the POWs tapped on the window to signal their comrades outside to start digging. Both sides worked at the same time, masking the loud sounds of excavation. The Germans never imagined that these prisoners were secretly planning a mass escape for 250 men. But as the tunnel went deeper, a new problem came up: how to get rid of the dirt. The soil they dug up was a different color from the surface soil, so taking it out directly would be too obvious. Soon, one of the prisoners came up with an idea. He designed a cloth bag that could be hidden in the leg of his pants. By pulling a string, he could dump the dirt outside, then quickly mix it with the regular soil. This clever trick solved the dirt problem. Before long, they had dug a 20-meter tunnel. But since it was narrow and deep, the lack of oxygen became dangerous. To fix this, they built a simple air pump to provide oxygen to the diggers. Just when things seemed under control, the tunnel collapsed. Because the ground outside the camp was too soft, the tunnel had to be reinforced with wooden boards. The men had no choice but to dismantle their bed frames and use the planks for support. At last, they managed to dig a tunnel over 100 meters long. One day, a German soldier spilled his cup of tea and discovered the tunnel under the stove. He quickly shouted for his commanding officer. Together they lifted the stove and floorboards, and sure enough, the tunnel was there. The officer immediately called in reinforcements and surrounded the hut where the tunnel was found. But the prisoners outside stayed calm. They had planned for this. The tunnel under the stove was just a decoy. The real escape tunnel was hidden in the bathhouse. They had prepared a tile that fit perfectly into the drain. Whenever they were digging, they would lift the tile, while one man stood watch at the door. If a guard came close, the men would tap the stove with a cup to signal their comrades to toss the tools into the tunnel. They'd then quickly cover the entrance with the tile, seal the gaps with mud, replace the manhole cover, and pour in a bucket of water to make everything look normal. The plan was flawless. The Germans would never guess that the drain beneath their feet was the escape route. Finally, the night of the escape arrived. But when the first prisoner dug up to the surface, he realized the exit was 10 meters off, right under the German searchlights. At that point, there was no other choice. They had to push forward with the escape. One by one, the prisoners crawled out of the tunnel. But with 250 men, it took far too long. A guard heard something suspicious and went to investigate, eventually finding the exit. The Germans quickly moved in and stopped the escape. In the end, 76 men managed to get out, but most were caught or killed along the way. Only 3 prisoners made a successful escape.